name is Joe Aguirre. I'm the president of Clovercrest Media Group. And here at CMG, we have a wide variety of podcasts, including sports shows like Keys to the City, The Roll Call, Throwing Jabs, All Four Downs, and Jawing About the G-Men. And great true crime shows like Sticky Week, Crimes and Consequences, Ivy League Murders, and Burn, the unsolved murder of David Eichmann. You can find all these podcasts and so much more by visiting clovercrestmedia.com.
The Closing Time Podcast is back, sponsored by Rocky Hill Accountants. I'm Joe Aguirre. I'll have a brand new co-host, Sanam Salati, who's my broker, my mentor, and my good friend, and one of the most knowledgeable people in Connecticut in the entire real estate industry. We're going to be talking about the latest goings-on. We'll keep you up to date on the market, and we're going to bring on some really great guests all throughout this season, people in all different fields in the industry, like accountants, home inspectors, mortgage reps, and so much more, just to give you a better understanding of the Connecticut real estate market. We're so excited for a brand new season of the Closing Time Podcast, part of the CMG Podcast Network. It's sponsored by Rocky Hill Accountants. Go see Heidi and Glenn Parchman to file your taxes for bookkeeping, business advice, real estate investments, or whatever your accounting needs are, including cryptocurrency. Just visit rockyhillaccountants.com. We'll see you all season long on the Closing Time Podcast.
Coming to you live from Florida, it's Speaking It Real. Here's your hosts, Frank Cuesta and Carlos Contreras. Well, it's Wednesday. I'm your host, Frank Cuesta, and that's my co-host, as you all guys voted for him last week, Bienvenido. Welcome, Bienvenido. Now, he's the quiet one in the group, so I don't see him talking too much, but I know that he's going to be listening in and wondering what the hell is really going on. I'm sure he's asking why and where he's at. We might have a surprise visit today. Maybe Carlos might join us. I don't know. It's Wednesday, guys. You know what to do. Share this show. Get it going. It's been one of those weeks. So what are we going to talk about today? Chime in with your comments. Share with your buddy, your frenemies. Share with anybody. The floor is open to you guys. I don't know what you guys want to talk about. I got a couple things on tap. Obviously, we have Afghanistan, homeless people. Kind of had a discussion last week. Oh, actually, yesterday on the HHW show, wrestling podcast I'm a part of, and one of the wrestlers, one of the skits that they're running is this guy had it all, and then he lost it all. So we kind of started having this discussion of would you give money to them? Because this guy's asking for money or one or the other, and I was very adamant in saying no, I'm not going to give you money. I'm not going to give these guys money. And Hector, the other co-host, was like, "Well, I would because it's the right thing to do." So I'm going to pose this question to you guys: If you see a homeless person and they're begging for money, are you going to give them money? Or are you just going to go right by them? If they're asking money for food, what are you going to do there? I was very adamant. I'll say, hey, I'd rather buy them food as opposed to giving them money. I don't agree with giving them money because you know what? I've seen it plenty of times where you have people just get the money, go get beer. So what are you doing? You're there supplying their habit. So do you want to supply their habit or do you want to give them money or buy them food, so they could feed their family if they have a family? So that's the question I got to you guys. Are you going to give these people money or would you or do you buy them food or something? If they say, "Hey, I need money for food," buy them food. Could tell you that what I did long ago. I had a job where I was working for a staffing company, and I was passing out my business cards. I was telling these guys, "Hey, you guys are homeless? Not a problem. You guys need money? Not a problem. Be at my office at 7 o'clock in the morning. I'll get you work." Some guys showed up. Some guys didn't. So you always knew who really wanted the money, and who really wanted to work for the money. Who really needed it and who didn't need it. So again, you know what? Play the numbers. Let's see where they go, right? I mean, just one of those things, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't, I think. And with that, you kind of have to play the cards right. So, what would you guys do? Think about it. You know, I know what I would do. I would definitely not give them money. Let's see. So Elizabeth Garcia's in here. A lot of homeless people have. Okay, let me put this here. A lot of homeless people have untreated mental illnesses and get help. And getting help isn't easy for them. See it, see it downtown all the time. Yeah, I completely think you're right. They do, but also, some. So oh, a lot of homeless people have untreated mental illnesses, and getting help isn't easy for them. See it downtown all the time. Yeah, it's not easy to get help for them, but I also don't think that they can. I think sometimes they go a little too far for it. So who knows? Hey, I got a question. Am I lagging out there? Do you see me lagging? Do you see me? I stutter normally, so I'm not gonna say stuttering my words. But tell me what you think about my co-host there. Mr. Bienvenido. He made it on the show. He has his own camera now. He's no longer next to me. So go figure, huh? Your $2 aren't gonna make or break them in the long run. Well, I wasn't giving them $2. What's up, Frank and Bienvenido? Elizabeth's correct. Hold on, sorry about that. Let's see. What's up, Frank and Bienvenido? Elizabeth is correct. Cali has a big homeless problem, and the majority are mentally ill who self-medicate with drugs and alcohol. Okay, I get that, but should we give them more money to keep on buying drugs and alcohol, or should we go ahead instead of giving them the money, we give them food? I personally would like to buy them food. I don't want to go ahead and give them money so they could go get their fix. So Elizabeth thinks Bienvenido is awesome, and they probably self medicate because they can't get adequate treatment. You're right. I'm sure they do self medicate, but again, the question here is why am I going to go ahead and give them money so they could go ahead and get their quick fix? So it's one of those where how do we do it? So I lost my producer. So I guess I'm producing the show today. He's here sending me messages. We lost him. So no big deal. So going back to it, then don't give them anything. Well, I feel bad not to give them anything. Like, look, you know what? Give you an example. What was it I saw yesterday? And I was on my way home, and I saw a guy that had a shirt, you know, and it was the picking out records, but he had a shirt here and on his shorts. I found it crazy when I first saw that. I was like, "Hey, what's up with that shirt?" And he told me what he was doing. He's like, I'm selling a CD. The guy's trying to become an artist. I'm like, how much for your CD? He's like, oh, $5. You know what? All I had was $10, and I gave him $10. I was like, here, have a good time. can't say that I will sit there and listen to the music. I listened to one track. I just turned it off. I said, no way. No, thank you. So let's see. I agree. Food is better option, but I don't have an issue giving money. I have money to give, and it won't hurt me in the long run. As a society, we need more resources to help people who are homeless. Sketchy, I completely agree. I think we do need more resources to help the homeless. I mean, look, it doesn't hurt me to give them a couple bucks here, a couple bucks there, you know. But I'm just, I guess maybe I'm stuck in that way where I don't really want to give them money, so it's kind of a little rough. So we're gonna try to get I think Carlos, my co-host, might actually make a stop on the show today. So hopefully he does. I'm here trying to send him the link to our show. But you know what? I mean, again, it is what it is. I mean, I think we could discuss this, all night long, going back and forth. Do I feel that they need better resources? For damn sure. So I mean, come on, Carlos. Now I can't even pull up his email. Why can I not get his email? Oh, because I'm here. Duh. Sorry, people. So anyway, so going on, I got a question, and I kind of been hearing this on the news, on the radio talk show host. We all know J Lo broke up with her man with what's his guy name? J Rod. I know. I'm sorry, A Rod. Alex Rodriguez, right? So apparently she's gone through her Instagram, took down all their pictures and all their little love stories or whatnot. So my question to you guys is this: if you break up with your ex, and obviously you guys have been public on social media, do you take down your pictures? Do you open up a new Facebook or Instagram? Or you just let it be? So I mean, to me, I find it very childish. Oh, oh my goodness. So I mean, to me, look who made his presence. Oh my goodness. Hey Carlos, it's not Friday.
No, I know, but I told you I wanted to try out this iPad. I mean, I got a great deal on this thing. It's a nice, huge, big screen. And I said, wait a minute, maybe I don't need a laptop. Let me see if I can get the iPad to do the trick. Now, I have this microphone that's hooked up to the audio jack. So, how do I sound?
You sound good.
Okay, cool. Then I can just use this. I mean, I won't have the mic setup that I normally have for now, but I guess I don't need it, for now, for the time being, till I figure out how to use it.
All right, so let's see what Sketchy wrote here, and then I'll fill you in. I'm not sure if you've been listening in, Carlos.
Something about
It's in the past. Yeah, okay, it's in the past. You shouldn't have to delete pictures. People need to stop looking through the rearview mirror and pay attention to the windshield. Sketchy, I completely agree with you. I was hearing that this morning on the radio, and I was like, man, yeah, okay, it's in the past. It's a part of your past. No big deal. It's why erase it? It's one of those things that you could always look back and say, hey, that was a good thing, or that was a bad thing, or that was an okay thing, or you know what, this person taught me this, or this person taught me that. So I think leaving it on there. I mean, look, I got divorced 5 years ago, and on my social media, there's still pictures
Sorry.
of my ex-wife.
I'm looking at the video.
Oh yeah, yeah, dude. He won. He won the contest.
Oh, he's just chilling there.
Yeah. He's our silent partner now. He's just taking it in. So I kind of figured have him in there. So I think just like that. It's part of our past, and I still have pictures on there of her on it. You know what? If I see it as more of my son could see it, And he could always say, "Hey, look, my mom and dad were happy at one point. They weren't a bunch of assholes to each other." You know,
There was a time, right?
of course. I mean, hey, I'm a very firm believer of that. Kids have to see pictures of when their parents were together. Good, bad, or indifferent. I keep pictures like that because kids have to see that their parents were happy at one point. Especially when they're small. When they're older, I think you could talk to them a little more and you could relate a little. They might be able to relate. You know.
Hmm.
So let's see. Let's see what Elizabeth says here. Elizabeth here is saying maybe in J Lo's case, the relationship ended badly and she wanted to get rid of the memories.
We're talking about
Yeah.
J-Lo.
Yeah, J Lo and her getting rid of A Rod's pictures off her Instagram and stuff.
That's kind of weird. I mean, getting a divorce for her is like Tuesday, so I don't know.
Yeah, so
It's on her
my
phone.
dad, Rene Diaz Barbaro, you
It's
know,
on her phone. It's in her calendar.
right? It's every other week. Carlos, right quick, what's your take on giving homeless people money or people that you see in the streets walking around, asking for money? What's your take on that?
Man, that's a tough one because honestly, I would love to give them money, but deep down, I know that money's not going to anything good, and so I tend to be a bit. I tend to restrain from offering help because I mean there are other ways that they can get help. I would assume. I mean, maybe not, but for the most part, though, when most of them that are standing out there, it's it's to buy the next fix, and I'd rather not support that. So I do tend to be a bit apprehensive about helping out. The
What,
panhandlers is what you're asking about.
right. Would you buy
Yeah.
them food instead?
Oh, yeah. I mean, actually, I have a story. One of my students who had graduated was in a real tough spot. Uh, I bought him a whole breakfast. I told him though, go get a job, do what you got to do. Don't be hanging out here begging. And so, you know, I can definitely hook it up with food. I mean, that's something they need to survive. But if you just hand them cash, there's somebody at the corner waiting or the nearest store, and
Yep.
you're not helping. You're not helping.
So Sketchy says the top four causes for homelessness are lack of affordable housing, unemployment, mental illness, and lack of services, and substance use and lack of services. I I think he's hit the nail on the head.
It could be a
You know,
combination, but I mean, I think also like many homeless, if you have a healthy family structure and you're homeless, someone should take you in and kind of help you out until you get back on your feet. If you're stuck out there on the medians holding signs for a long amount of time, chances are it's more of an addiction problem than anything else. I mean, even you, Frank, if I found out you were down in the dumpster to the point where you were holding up a sign, man, I'm sure you have enough friends, or if you were near here, I'd say, dude, I got a room, hang out for a week or two, clean
right?
yourself, get a job, and then get yourself
Well,
situated.
you know, look,
Now, this
Elizabeth
is
just
just like
said
off the top, but
right, but look, Elizabeth Garcia writes in, you can't help someone that doesn't want to be helped.
and
And
that's
funny
true.
enough, I was literally about to to tell you there, let's see what Sketchy's saying, and not everyone has a healthy family structure or people to
Right,
fall
right.
back on.
I mean, we
Kurt,
can't broad brush this situation. That's why I said your question is a pretty, it's
right?
right.
No, it is very
Yeah,
broad. It is very
I'm
broad.
not going to say everyone is. Yeah, there's no everyone in this conversation. I
Right,
just
but
think
going back to what Elizabeth said, you can't help someone that doesn't want to be helped. And now I'm going to tell you this. Maybe me, maybe not. I mean, I doubt. I mean, if I'm really down and out, I'm not going to want people to know.
well, that's another point. There are people embarrassed
So
or ashamed of the situation,
mhm.
and So then, you on one hand, I understand, the pride issue, but on the other hand, you're not making it any easier for yourself by not reaching out.
You're right. You're right. You're right. You know,
So
so I mean, it's one of those. It's I mean, I think it's more of a catch-22, I
it
guess.
is, it is, it is. But if you
You
really
know,
want help, you'll find whatever resource you can. Like, I mean, dude, here in St. Pete, when I come home from work, there's the same guy with the same sign on the same median almost all the time. This is more that he's not like homeless in the sense that he has no resources. That's his career, and what he's doing with his money, I don't know, but
yeah. I mean, I think when
because
you
I'm like,
sit there,
I see you all the time.
right? I think when you sit there and you see the same person on a constant basis. I mean, look, some people I think are easier to tell that they have issues, and some
Hmm.
people are a little harder to tell if they have issues. I mean, I know that there's a guy down the street from my house. Well, actually, a couple miles out, that I see him all the time, and he has issues, and you could tell he has issues.
Yeah, yeah, and then
You know,
hmm?
I've seen
Oh, fine.
cops. I've seen cops with him on a regular basis, and I'm like, wow, poor guy. But
Yeah.
it is what it is.
It's a tough subject.
Unfortunately.
It's a tough subject. I mean, I wish in a perfect world you could drive up to a panhandler and you can like scan them and they would tell you tough break, lost job. And you'd be like, help them out. Or you can scan them and they'd say drug addict, alcoholic. You'd be like, no, I'm not contributing to your problem. But we don't know. We don't know.
Well, my dad over here, Rene Diaz, is saying, "Son profesionales. They're professionals."
Yeah, like I said, some of them make a career out of it. They just stand there. And I mean, I've heard stories. I heard a story on the radio. So, I mean, grain of salt, but it could be or could not be true. Guy was holding up a sign asking for money. Dude pulled up to him and offered him a job, and he got mad at him. So he left and then came back and stood next to him holding a sign that said, I offered this man a job, and he turned me down.
Well,
You know,
I'll tell you my story that I was talking about before you came on. But Sketchy Peasant is saying a lot of homeless people have experienced traumatic experiences and have experienced unfortunate circumstances
that's true
that
too.
are that are people who choose that are people who choose a homeless lifestyle, but it's not the vast variety,
Majority.
majority. No, you're absolutely right, Sketchy. I agree with that. But Carlos, what I was telling everybody before you came on was that back in like 2001, 2002, I was working for a job agency. I was actually finding workers,
Oh,
and
like,
whenever, yeah, temps,
yeah.
and whenever I saw these people asking for money, saying, "Hey, out of work, gotta feed my family," blah 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 blah, I actually would give them my business card. I said,
Hmm.
"Hey, be there in the morning. If you cannot make it, call me. I will pick you up."
And that's what you do, right? That's a good thing because if they really want to help their situation, they'll
Okay,
be,
I want to say that I gave my business card out to probably about 15 people like that.
and you saw how many,
Two.
right? Right. That's why
And
that's why I'm apprehensive. Exactly.
okay, and then I'll tell you something. Those two guys that came out were super hard workers. They worked their ass off. They didn't care.
Yeah.
It was just one of those. I was like, "Damn, good job, guys. Thank you." And you know what? Every now and then, when I could give them extra hours, you know what? I give them extra hours. When someone's down and out, and you have a way that you might be able to help them out, they're willing to try. You know what?
Hmm.
Let's help you out. You know what? You need an extra $20. You need an extra $30. Here you go. So let's see. Sketchy comes out. Oh wait, yeah, I think he came with no. Okay. No, being homeless is destabilizing,
Gachi just needs to
demoralizing, and
go and get his ass
depressing.
on this show.
Yeah, he does. You've lost your base, a foundation from which to function. It becomes hard to focus. You're actually right, Sketchy. It
Yeah.
does.
Hmm.
Constant obstacles chip away at your self-esteem and your healthy personality withers.
Disintegrates, and
Yeah, there we go. Sorry.
and that's where resilience comes in, and not everybody has that.
No,
Yeah,
it's super hard,
yeah.
But hey, you know what? Moving on.
Wait, before you move on, Frank. Remember, I was just stopping by before you go any further because I heard the baby screaming, so I got to get moving.
Yeah,
But
I know that.
I thought you were gonna have some guests outside of Bienvenido.
No. That's Friday. That's Friday.
Okay, all right. So I thought you were gonna have them here also to speaking about different things. So you man the show solo on Wednesdays?
No, Zach is normally around, but as we know, Zach is on vacation.
Yeah, and he hasn't reached out to me yet.
No, actually, no. I spoke to him about that. I will talk to you later on. Actually, you'll be doing the show from where you're doing it right now because his stuff got he couldn't take his equipment over there to St. Pete.
Okay.
TSA said, you got lithium batteries.
Oh, no way. All right.
Yeah. So,
All right. Well, I hope I
you
get to
know,
see him. I haven't been able to. I mean, I've been working. I don't know how long he's going to be down here, but all right. Well, hey,
yeah.
man, good stopping by. I just wanted to check the equipment. It looks like I'll be riding on this for a while. So, what are we
All right,
talking
sounds
about
good.
Friday, by the way?
A little bit of everything. I'm going to touch up right now on Afghanistan,
Yeah.
but you got to go. You got to go. So,
All right.
can't talk to you, but
You
we're
can
gonna
tease
we're
them
gonna
about Afghanistan. I'm sure we're gonna drive that puppy home this Friday. So, all right.
So hey, look, you know what Sketchy says? Good riddance, Carlos. Have a great day and rest of your week.
Is that the translation?
Yep. That's the translation. Carlos, we'll see you Friday, man. Thank
All
you
right,
for
guys.
stopping by.
Have a good night, man. All right.
All right. So right quick, Afghanistan. Sketchy, what are your thoughts about Afghanistan right now? I got a couple. I don't know. I got a couple mixed feelings about it. I think it's good we're pulling out. I think we should have pulled out a long time ago. I'm just seeing everything that's going on and people just bashing the administration. And let's not forget one thing, people. When you sit here and you bash the administration because you're saying that he did it wrong, he didn't do it wrong. He pushed the date back. So, you know, what could we do? They didn't think that the Taliban was going to take over so fast. But then again, my question here is what happened to all the armies, the Afghan army that we trained, that was being trained? They hightailed it out. So why should we stay there trying to pick up the pieces when your own government doesn't want to do it? You know what? Is Joe Biden moving the people around and getting people out? Yeah. He's getting out the Afghans that helped us while we're there with translations. Those people are scared for their life. So they have every right to be out and about and get out of there. Hands down. We can't go ahead and pretend that or stay there all day. Let's see, Sketchy. Let's see. Afghan was a complete failure. We should have never invaded the country and should have pulled out a long time ago. We spent $300 million a day for 20 years, now wasted. I completely agree with you there. We spent it. We spent a lot of money there, and we should have pulled out a long time ago. If we pulled out in 2005, 2010, 2015, or any other date, that is what would have happened. I completely agree with you. I think that would have happened regardless, of when we pulled out. Doesn't matter who's president. It doesn't matter. The Taliban eventually was going to regroup and take over. And you know what? They're doing it now as we're pulling out. So, you know what? To those people that blame the president, it's not his fault. I don't agree with everything that Joe Biden's been doing either. But in this case, this is not his fault. I don't think that he even saw this happening or anybody could see it happening at this point. at least that quickly. Maybe after we would have pulled out, then we could have done something with it. But at the end of it, there's not much we could do, and whatever. I mean, it is what it is, you know. But hey, we're gonna go for a quick break right now. If you feel that mosquitoes are bugging you, the great folks at Mosquito Shield can come to your house and they could come to your rescue. Come check this out.
It's been a pretty wet summer in Connecticut, and that means more mosquitoes than ever. If you didn't have your home serviced for mosquito control and find you're spending most of your time outside swatting those little pests, you are in luck. Mosquito Shield of Central Connecticut provides the best value in mosquito control services because of how they treat your yard using the Mosquito Shield tailored treatment system. They don't use a fixed schedule or an identical product, one-size-fits-all service program because you can't control mosquitoes on a set number of sprays or visits. Unlike the competition, Mosquito Shield of Central Connecticut will service you for the season, whatever it takes to provide superior results. This promise has awarded them an industry-leading consumer retention rating of 90%. Visit MosquitoShieldCT.com to schedule an appointment with Wade the Cesare and enjoy the rest of your summer mosquito-free.
I need those people here in Miami. Guys are up in Connecticut. You need your mosquitoes taken care of. You know what? Give Wade a call. He would be more than willing to come to your house. Did you not see how Joe Aguirre was in that commercial? The mosquitoes were killing him. Wade went over and said, "Psst," spread everywhere, and guess what? Mosquitoes are taken care of. So hey guys, what else is on your mind, Sketchy? You got anything you gotta get off your chest? I could tell you that. Let's see, we got Haiti, devastating earthquakes. A bunch of people have died there. What can we do to help the people of Haiti? Send food, send resources. We got to figure those people out. Very sad of them. But hey, it is what it is, guys. Wednesday show. Today we're going to cut it short. Just one of those Wednesdays. Get ready for Friday. Friday we're going to have a kick-ass show where we're going to have back with us talking with Liam Lee and Emmett. They were on the show, I think they did maybe my first or second Saturday. And we had a really good show with them. And then I crossed over to their show. Yes, Sketch, we do need to send food, resource, and medical personnel over there. I crossed over to their show, did their show for a couple hours, so I had a crazy Wednesday that night. But Friday shows going to be pretty good because we're going to actually do two shows in one where they're going to have Carlos on board also, and they're going to be asking Carlos questions and everything else. My thoughts on the third booster shot, funny enough, I don't know if I'm going to get it. I think I'm good with my two shots. I got mixed feelings on it. I already have mixed feelings about getting my two shots. I think got to kind of play the numbers still. I think that I got to see how bad the numbers really are for people that already have gotten the shots and gotten COVID. I can tell you that by the numbers I saw last week, there wasn't a big percentage of people that got the shot and had COVID. So I really don't think that I'm going to do the third shot unless the numbers really go bad. Go really, really up. And, you start seeing probably just people killing over a lot. I mean, you're always going to have one or two or three or four, like a certain percentage, that will get COVID, that will really get sick. But I think that the numbers are still low for that. When you look at it, the COVID numbers and the death percentage of COVID itself, I think it's like 1%, if that. I mean, I could tell you that between Tuesday and today in the state of Florida, you've had more than 23,000 people contract COVID. I didn't really do all the numbers to see who or what, but there have been people that have contracted it. The numbers are high. I think for that third booster shot, I really don't know, Sketchy. I'm iffy on it. I still wear my mask. Just like I did before I got my shot. I'm wearing it still now. I mean, do I wear it on a constant basis when I go out somewhere towards the store? Yes. At work? Yes. Do I wear it around my family? No. I think that I take care of myself, and I believe that my family also takes care of themselves enough where, not, that they take care of themselves enough not to get sick. So hey, you got to look at the numbers. Look at the numbers. I do believe that, if everyone would have gotten vaccinated, I think we might not have needed the third booster shot, because the curve would have been very, very far down. But look, if you're not vaxxed, get vaxxed. It's going to take you a long way. So, you know what? Hey, go for it if you want to. I know that as of right now, I'm not looking to do it. I'm not looking to take the third shot. Maybe at another time. Depending on how the numbers go, I'll do it. But for right now, I'm good. I'm good, guys. But hey, like I was saying, Friday night, come join us. We're gonna have Liam Lee. Oh, here we go, sketchy again. Studies are showing the vaccines do wear off over time. The biggest problem are the people who are unvaccinated. I'm going to get my third one. You're right. The data is important. No, you know what? Sketchy. I agree with you. I think you're right. You know, but at the end of the day, with this, I mean, look, I haven't gotten a flu shot since 1996. You know, so it's one of those where if I haven't gotten the flu shot since '96, I haven't really gotten the flu. You know, um, got the COVID shot, and of course, COVID's still very, very new, very, very minute compared to the flu and stuff like that, in a sense. But I don't know if I'm going to do the third shot. And again, like I said earlier, the data is the most important part. When I see the numbers, then I will be able to decide a little bit more if that's the route I want to go or what route I actually want to take in general. I think within time we're going to find out exactly where we're at, and if I see the numbers, you know, and I think that I need it, oh, I'm taking it. But if I see that I don't need it and the numbers decrease, then I probably won't. But I do think that everybody needs to get vaccinated again. But you know what? Speaking about that, right quick, let's see. The flu and COVID is comparing apples to oranges. We could have another variant even worse than the Delta variant by the beginning of next year. I understand your view and respect it. Yeah, I guess you're right. I could have kind of admit that the comparison was a little off. Maybe I shouldn't be comparing the flu to COVID. I just think that, you know, numbers will say it. I mean, look, from now to next week, if I feel that the numbers are crazy, then yeah, I'm gonna jump on it. I'm not against it. So don't I don't want to put that out there that the look where I might be against it, where I'm not against it. I just feel that for right now, I see the numbers and it doesn't convince me to take the third shot. The first two, yeah, definitely. The third one, I'm not convinced yet. Maybe with maybe in a week's time, I might take a look at the numbers again and be like, "Ooh, Sketchy is right. I gotta go get my shot." And you convince other people to get your shots. So am I gonna get it right now? No. Am I gonna wait? Yes. And am I gonna look at the numbers? Definitely. Definitely look at the numbers. I mean, if you whoever's listening, you guys are there. Hey, if you haven't gotten it, get it. Really think about it. Really, because this COVID thing is no joke. You should at least get your first two shots and then you take it from there. See, I don't think you're against it. You explain yourself well, and I completely understand where you're coming from. Unfortunately, I think the cases will continue to rise. Sketchy, I think you're right. I think the cases will continue to rise, but I think it's when you really look at the numbers right now, they've been more on the younger side. I mean, I'm not sure how old you are, but just by seeing your comments, I'm gonna think you're probably about my age, or maybe a little older, or maybe a little younger. So we kind of fall in the right bracket. I was born in the earlier part of the '70s, so But I think that when you look at the numbers right now, people that are getting sick are obviously the unvaccinated, but a lot of the younger people are getting sick. The So that being the younger people that are not vaccinated, a lot of them are getting sick. I mean, and kids are getting sick. I know two that got COVID right now, and we're talking about two individuals that are close to me. So it sucks. One of them unfortunately couldn't get the vaccine because of his health issues. And the other just don't know why they didn't get it. But that's not for me to decide. But I do say this: Miami-Dade County schools, students will be required to wear masks by the school. The superintendent said that he doesn't care what Ron DeSantis does to him, that he not going to be tarnished, and that COVID, his decision for the masks for students to wear is not a political move. It's more for the students, more for them to be safe. And you know what? I completely applaud him. Miami-Dade County, Broward County, Alawacha County, also. Oh, look at this. Do you think kids should be wearing masks in school? I just answered that. Oh, yes, I do. There's a lot of pushback on this issue. People are saying it should be up to the parents or school boards. Shouldn't it be up to science? Um, I'm all for the school board deciding. Science or not. Obviously, science, I think, is the broader issue. I mean, when you look at science, they should be wearing masks, at least in my opinion. So for me, whether it's the parents, you can't rely on to decide, because you have parents that are not vaccinated, don't believe in the vaccination, think COVID is a freaking fluke and it's fake or whatnot or the other. Okay, and they don't wear masks. I know people that have not been vaccinated and are not wearing a mask. So, and we're looking at people that have kids. So you know what's going to happen? They're not going to make their kid wear a mask. So you can't rely on the parents. You can't rely on that honor system, because people are going to always try to scheme their way around things. So Elizabeth, masks won't correctly protect more than the vaccine does. I don't completely agree with you, Elizabeth. Okay, because I think that you wear your mask, you get vaccinated, and then you don't wear a mask because you're vaccinated. Yeah, you could still get COVID. The symptoms will be worse. But you know what happens when you wear your mask, right? I have it on, right? It's covering my face, right? I touch this, touch that. Take off a mask. So whatever you touch with your hands just infected your mask. You wear a mask and you won't get COVID. You're vaccinated and you can get COVID. I understand you. But again, I think you can still get COVID with both. Again, it's what I just said. You start touching things, and obviously in your house, no, but you go somewhere, wherever it is, you grab something, you touch something, you pass by somebody, like, oh, excuse me. You know what? Who knows if they're sick or not? And you don't even realize it. You go, you take off your mask. So guess what? You just infected yourself because it's on your mask. So it's a catch-22. Wear your mask regardless. There's not a lot we could do there. Hopefully we'll get over this COVID stuff one of these days, and we'll take it from there. But hey, simple enough. Come join us on Friday night. We're going to have Liam Lee and Emmett on the show giving us questions. We're giving them questions. All right, it's going to be a really good show. And keep in mind, after this Friday, we're going to take about a 3-week break. Throughout the weeks, we're going to probably be posting some stuff, some videos here and there. We start looking out for us. Right now, we're on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. You see that little Instagram mark? Start looking for us on Instagram. We're gonna come up with Instagram, guys. We're gonna take a short break, relax, come back about 3 weeks time. Because let me tell you something, I am fried. All right, this is show number, I think 41. Yeah, this is show number 41. We've been going at this hard. From the beginning of the year till now, guys. And if it wasn't for you guys commenting, talking to us, we wouldn't be here. Sketch, thank you. You know what? Next season, we're going to get you on the show. I don't know how, but we're going to get you on the show. We got to do something with you and get you on, man. You've been one of the promoters for us, for CMG. You know what? We got to get you on, man. But hey, you guys know the routine. You know where we're at. You might not agree with what we're speaking, or you might agree with what we're speaking. But you know what? At the end of the day, we will always be speaking it real. I will catch you guys on Friday with Emmett and Liam Lee and Carlos. So see you guys Friday.
Red Sox fans have longed to hear it. The Boston Red Sox are world champions.
Can you believe it?
It hasn't happened at Fenway Park for 95 years.
Fires. Swing and a miss. Strike three. It's over. The Red Sox have won the world championship.
Tune in to the newest show presented by Clovercrest Media. It's OB's Backstop Podcast. Catch it twice a week, every Red Sox series finale on your favorite podcast platform.